And what's going on, everybody? We're back. Shakedown Mafia Racing. Will here. Before we get started, I'd like for you to do me a favor. Subscribe, like, and comment. Share it. Put on the notification bell. Love to see everybody here. Take a spin off from what we did yesterday with the TIC Performance air-to-water intercooler. It's getting a little late here. I'm a little tired. My eyes are burned up a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna show you what goes on to make that TIC Performance air-to-water intercooler complete. Well, kind of complete. So without further ado, check it out. So we got the 105 millimeter hat. A lot of people are going to be like, "Oh man, why'd you go low rise?" Well, at the time, street car, Corvette, not a lot of hood clearance. Really don't know the specifications of torque or whatever else. Could help me in the end. Now I know that I'm cutting a hole in the hood. Of course, you got to. And then we've got our TIC Performance air-to-water intercooler. Also, we have the Holley rails. Not too sure about these guys. I mean, I know they come with the kit and whatever else. They have to flow better than what we've had. So I'll compare that here in just a few minutes. Those are the Earl's plugs that I was talking about. None of this is sponsored. Just like to let everybody know, none of this stuff is sponsored. This is just me, excited and trying to get this build together. Wish it was sponsored, but maybe in future days. I mean, the Holley kit with the TIC Performance kit, I mean, it comes with, you got your gaskets, your bolts, your other gaskets. It's got your flange gasket and some other bolts and stuff and everything else included. Now what's cool here is, you can put 102, you can put whatever else. Hell, if you want to take and you want to put a old school drive-by-wire, which I have over there that actually come off the Corvette, drive-by-wire, you can get an adapter from a 3-bolt drive-by-wire to a 4-bolt. Most of your throttle bodies these days are going to be your 4-bolt. Not sure with the Mustang or Ford stuff, but I'm pretty sure it kind of all universal fits now. Don't hold me to it. Not sure. So check this out. Let me push some of this stuff down in here. Try to make a little room. And I was looking at maybe, kind of porting this out a little bit up in these holes here, but it kind of seems like it's a little thin going up into these runners. These runners aren't very thick or anything, so there's really no reason to be trying to do any of that. Of course, when you're messing with a turbo application, you'd like to have the most flow, which Holley has kind of took all the guesswork out of that, but maybe we can come back and maybe feather these down and kind of give a little bit more feathering to each one of these holes. Really don't want to mess with it right now. Comes down to it, maybe that's an option. I'll have to call a few people. Person I would probably call on something like that would probably be Jeremy out of Faster Proms. I know he stays pretty busy, but he does know his porting stuff. That's not a plug. That's not a sponsorship thing. Just out of watching all of his videos and stuff, I know he's the guy to talk to about all this the porting and polishing and stuff. So give me a second and I'll let y'all guys see what all this looks like together. Once it all becomes a unit, and this is one hell of a unit, which is pretty sweet. I love it. I mean, once it all becomes together and stuff and everything, it's gonna be kind of ridiculous in a street car. Thank God I didn't get the high ram. I mean, Virginia state law probably would not allow me to get it inspected. But imagine, you got your fuel rails sitting up here, like so. Of course, they're fuel rails. I mean, they're threaded on both ends. It's kind of hard to see. The lighting in here sucks. I need to figure out something better for parts introductions and stuff like that. But yeah, all this stuff comes with mounting hardware. I mean, but you got to figure your stuff's gonna sit there like that. I mean, I'm a 6-foot guy, pretty decent sized dude. I mean, pretty big paws. I stick my whole hand in there. I mean, you're asking for, a lot of air to go in at one time. It's a pretty cool little piece. Wanted to go with the black. I'm not too big on shiny stuff or anything else. Of course, the Tick Performance billet air to water, that makes it pop. Of course, we got to try to get. I really like to get a really nice throttle body, and the ones that I really want is the Motion Raceworks Icon, just because they have the different couplers and stuff like that. If I want to run single turbo, right now I can run single turbo. I got one elbow. If I want to run dual turbos, or this and that, I mean, they have all kinds of options to where it just clamps right in place. There's no welding, takes all the guesswork out of it, and it's warranted. So I mean, that makes it a lot easier. You probably plug not this side, but probably plug this side here. Really not going to need those for what we're doing. We'll leave these open, and then we'll have lines going back to the back of the car, line going back to the car, in and out for the water and stuff to recirculate. Pretty cool design. I love it. We'll have to get us some type of thing to catch our cable and stuff. And with this C5 Corvette, probably have to build a pedestal for the pedal, and then build a pedal, because the pedal that's in the car now, it's actually electronic activation. So there's really no way to use the pedal in the car. So there's a stepping stone that we've got to overcome also. Try to figure out how to build a pedal, running, the cable, finding a throttle body, just getting little pieces, odds and ends together. But this whole mess right here that I've had it sitting for 6 months or so, with everything that's been going on in my life, and now that Christmas is here and all kinds of stuff, everything's kind of been put on back hold. But you know what? That doesn't matter. We've got great pieces to start a decent build. They're great pieces, and this is going to be not scientific purposes, but we're going to try to get 1,000 horsepower out of this motor. I didn't want to cut the hood, so that's why I stuck with the low ram, which I'm thinking with the low ram stuff, I'm believing, the torque is going to be a little bit better. The air is getting there a little bit quicker. The high ram, I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't know how all that works. I know a lot about motors and stuff, but I'm not sure how the difference is in the runners and everything else. I think the lower it is, you get, higher torque, or, something like that. But next couple nights, I might try to sit here and piece this thing together and get it all together as one unit. I'm tired of it just sitting in the boxes and stuff like that. I mean, that's not fair to me and not fair to, you know, the parts here. Get it all put together in one unit. That way when it's ready to go in the car, it's torqued down and it's ready to rock and roll. And maybe some of y'all can chime in. You know, for right now, I'm not sure if we're running single turbo, twin turbo. I know the single turbo we got, it's a hefty turbo. I mean, should I run snake eaters? Should I run billet atomizers? I mean, something budget friendly. I know the billet atomizers are kind of expensive and stuff like that. You know, are we running 1200cc injectors? Are we running 2200cc injectors? It'd be nice if somebody chimed in and give me a little bit of thought of that. I know if we go big injector, we can always cut them back and stuff like that. The bigger the jet, the more I can cut it back and still be efficient. I was watching a buddy of mine's. I don't know him personally, but I've talked to him a few times on Bad Luck Garage. You know, he's got the surge tank from Radiant and stuff like that, which is really awesome. You know, and that's something that I'm thinking about, you know, getting into, is getting a surge tank. That way, you know, we put a decent wallbore 450 pump in the trunk, and, you know, feeding one or two into the surge tank and trying to get all that going and everything. But I'd love to give a shout out. Like I said, man, I just can't keep not bragging since they're close to home. TIC Performance putting together a package like this. I ordered this whole package from TIC Performance. This is how they sell it, and beautiful setup. And I couldn't ask for more. Like I said, hopefully, you know, I'll be able to buy some more stuff from them, you know, here in the near future, and from a lot of other people. But yeah, there's probably this weekend I'm going to put up that back wall on the garage. I don't have the kids this weekend, so might go drop a few $100s or a couple $100s on some wood. I've got some wood. My neighbor actually told me that somebody was actually lurking around out there the night before last, and he had to yell at them. There's nothing even out there but the car. I don't understand what they're doing. I don't live in a bad neighborhood, but I don't live in a great neighborhood, so the best thing for me to do is just try to scrape together and get the wall up and try to get a door. That way I could start taking, you know, and lock it down. I've got ring cameras that need to go outside. That way I can go ahead and start taking some of my welding equipment out there, you know, and start building my tool collections back up. I've got tons of tools downstairs. I take y'all downstairs right now, but it is a hot mess, and I don't want anybody to see that until I get it cleaned up. So, one thing I do really need to get is a tubing bender. I mean, I've got one at work, but, you know, you sit there and go to work on a Saturday or something, and you know, you bend a piece of tubing, and then you get home, and guess what? You're 8 degrees off. Not cool. But figure I'd spend a little time with you guys tonight before I hit the shower and go to bed and do the thing again tomorrow. One day I'll get on first shift and maybe be able to do a lot more during the day type stuff with you guys. But for the time being, I mean, I'm a night owl. I have to do all my stuff at nighttime. And I sure as heck can't wait till summer gets here, because it is freaking cold outside. I mean, it's ridiculous. So shout out to TIC Performance. Shout out to Holley. I've got a few more things that I'd like to show y'all that I've gotten, and maybe in the next couple videos we might switch it up and not do parts tomorrow night. I might cook, you know, street tacos or something for you guys. I don't know yet. I might go outside and mess around. I get off a little early tomorrow night, so I get off about 7:30. So maybe I'll do something a little bit outside and get interactive with you guys on that. And but yeah, I mean, absolutely, that right there, for a guy like me, street car, no time car, here in Virginia, I mean, that's nice. And I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the nicest. I've had a lot of race cars. I've always had like Pro Performers and Performer this and RPM this and Torquer 2s and this crap and everything else. By far, that thing is really, 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 really nice. And don't handle me on the manifolds that I just rambled off, because I don't know if that's the proper names or not. I mean, I've had a lot of intakes. I've been doing this a long time. I've had intakes that sit quarter way across the car, the carburetor sit quarter ways on the manifold. Of course, I heard those were worth some money and probably should have kept them. But yeah, you know, I know I've been rambling and rambling and rambling. Just give me a subscribe, like, share, maybe hit the notification button. Really nice package. I'm excited to try to get this project together, and I mean, it's just slowly but surely. Like I said, I've had these parts for 6 months, and look where they're still sitting, not even put together. I don't even know if I should use a torque wrench to even put this stuff together. Probably should. Anyway, if you got any questions, message me. You got friends that want to know questions, message me. If you got friends that are wondering about this types of stuff, message me. Did a lot of research. I can cut out a lot of the BS and stuff like that, that people are going to give you the runaround on. I'm not even sure if it's going to work right, but I hope with, you know, what we got here, we're going to have a stout setup. Well, that's going to be the end of it for me tonight, guys. And I really do appreciate y'all tuning in on the past 3 videos. This one here's kind of been all over the place. Like I said, I'm a little tired. I'm trying to still get a little camera friendly, so bear with me. Not sure what to do with my hands sometimes, but there's gonna be some antics, and there's, you know, this is just stuff. It's cold. It's 2 o'clock in the morning when I film these, you know, shorts or whatever, and get out here on the weekends or when I got the kids over. I mean, this channel here is just not about cars. It's about everything in life. This is Will's Road. Will's Road to recovery of being depressed and trying to get his life back together and share love to everybody. That's all I want to do. I want to share my life with you guys. And if you got any advice, just let me know. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a blessed night. Get out in them garages and start working. Alright? Don't sit around. Sit there and watch endless counts of YouTube all the time. I know that sounds crazy, because I hope y'all watch my YouTube. But don't sit there and just keep veering off of automotive stuff if you're into automotive. Start watching aliens and shit and this and that. It's crazy. Thanks, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. See y'all tomorrow.